Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Come on in.
All right.
We're just getting ready to go.
It is more than 2 hours to daybreak. Rich Mikowajczyk has been waiting for this day. So too has his buddy Mike Young.
My best friend Mike, who's coming with me. Good.
Rich and Mike have been close friends for more than 60 years, a friendship that began well before both men went off to war in Vietnam.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
So happy you're here with us today. Help me with your name.
It's Mikowajczyk. It's a long name with an M. Richard J.
Gotcha.
That's me.
Got you right here. You're going to be on the red bus.
Yes.
And thank you for your service. We're
Thank
so
you.
excited that your day is finally here to.
Oh yeah. This is a big deal for me. Yeah.
Both Rich and Mike will remember their wartime experiences on this day, but they will do so in the company and comfort of other veterans. Honor Flight Chicago is flying them to Washington, D.C. for a day of honor and thanks.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi.
Welcome to Honor Flight.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Good.
When they arrive at Midway Airport at 4 a.m., the vets are greeted by an army of orange-shirted volunteers. They are the backbone of Honor Flight Chicago. In the years since it was started in 2008, Honor Flight Chicago has become an ever-evolving, well-oiled machine. Our mission is to thank our vets, a thank you that many have waited years to hear, and to educate new generations about the service and sacrifice of those who came before. Every flight day has been months in the making. Attention to detail is critical. Every flight includes a medical team to ensure that those in fragile health remain safe. Every vet is accompanied by a guardian, be it a friend, family member, or volunteer. They make sure their vet is comfortable during the course of what will be a long, emotional day.
Get my best side, will you?
Every vet flies for free. Honor Flight Chicago is possible because of the generosity of our donors. To be sure, the cost of these trips has increased significantly over the years. Good stewardship requires the highest percentage of every donated dollar goes directly to honoring our veterans.
I can't get over how many people are involved in this.
There's got to be 60, 70 people here, maybe more. Yeah.
I think over 100.
Rich and Mike are among 119 veterans on this flight, a record on the 102nd mission since the founding of Honor Flight Chicago in 2008. The inaugural emphasis was on giving World War II vets their day of honor and thanks. HFC has done that, having flown well over 6,000 World War II veterans to the nation's capital. The flights have since been opened to salute the service of veterans of the Korean and Vietnam Wars. The vast majority on the 102nd flight served during Vietnam.
And we have 111 of my brothers, Vietnam veterans. Let me hear you. But the words that I speak from my heart and from every person involved with Honor Flight Chicago, to all of you fellas, welcome home.
Before the boarding call comes, there is time to share stories and time to sing.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my
Once ready to fly, the veterans are called upon to do what each and every one has done thousands of times: salute. On arrival at Dulles International, the vets are given a water cannon salute. Inside, there are cheers from crowds of well-wishers and still more Honor Flight Chicago volunteers. It's not unusual to hear a vet ask, "This is for me?"
Hi, we're glad to be here. Thank you.
The vets and their guardians board 6 buses, each assigned a specific color.
Pleasure. Thanks, Eddie.
Thank you for everything.
All right.
They will stay with that bus throughout the day. A police motorcycle escort allows the bus caravan to zip through DC traffic.
And we are off.
All eyes turn to the Marine Corps War Memorial and its depiction of the flag raising on Mount Suribachi, a critical victory against Japan at Iwo Jima, but one that came at a horrific cost. Of the men who fought there, Admiral Chester Nimitz would say, "Uncommon valor was a common virtue." Not far away is the Air Force Memorial. Dedicated in 2006, its 3 stainless steel spires represent an aerial bomb burst maneuver by the Air Force Thunderbirds. The absence of a 4th is meant to suggest a missing man flyover. Many of the vets have never been here before. Others, like Rich and Mike, have been, but none have enjoyed a reception quite like the one they will receive on this day. As they enter the World War II Memorial, they are greeted over and over by the words, "Thank you," and "Welcome home."
Thank you for your service. Welcome home.
You bet.
Thanks, Guardian. Thank you for your service, Mike. Welcome home.
It is here that Honor Flight Chicago missions gather to remember and salute those who have served and sacrificed in years past.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
To sing the anthem in this place is a powerful experience. So too is the playing of taps. The memorial features an arched wall covered with gold stars. It speaks to the cost of freedom. The stars represent over 400,000 American servicemen who died in World War II.
When I look at this, I am awed by the sacrifice of these young people that fought a 2-front war on opposite sides of the world. They were children of the Depression. They had virtually nothing, and yet they gave everything.
Feel sad, feel proud, feel honored, and
It is a time and place to reflect on events of the past in places far away, places like Korea. The Korean War Veterans Memorial reminds that freedom is not free, and that through this memorial, our nation honors her sons and daughters who answered a call to defend a country they never knew and a people they never met. The memorial has now added individual names of the 38,000 plus Americans who died in the Korean War. There is time to witness precision. The Marine Silent Drill Platoon, often called the Marching 24, demonstrate extraordinary skills, fine-tuned with unwavering discipline and dedication. Rich and Mike and many other vets on Mission 102 now walk to the Vietnam Veterans Wall, a place that will take them back more than 50 years. Mike was a helicopter crew chief. He came under fire many times.
Rich got the medal that nobody wants. He got the Purple Heart. Nobody wanted that.
Rich was a skinny 20-year-old assigned to the Fire Direction Center at a place called Landing Zone Bird. 2 days after Christmas 1966, it was stormed by a force of North Vietnamese regulars nearly 4 times the size of the Americans defending it. Rich, badly wounded by grenade and mortar hits, fired on 2 enemy soldiers as they attacked him.
I never killed anybody before. I mean, come on, but I knew. You just knew. I want to live. I want to survive. It's hard. 4 guys didn't make it. I knew them. And they didn't make it. I did. So it's tough.
29 men were killed at LZ Bird. Rich has just found the names of the 4 he knew.
There's Roscoe Wright, Roger White, Norris, and then Zitello. That's all 4.
Those are your guys.
As others pass and Mike watches from a distance, Rich holds his salute.
We were all youngins. We were all 19, 20.
Do you like a rub, mate?
No thanks. I just...
A volunteer at the wall, who is also a vet, approaches Rich.
Pardon me?
Also served over there 10 months.
10 months?
2 friends here.
Yeah. I only made it through 7 months, but I got overran. It was a slaughter. 29 dead in 2 hours, or an hour and a half. But it is what it is.
Thank you.
They're in a better place.
Yes, sir. You know what? I often wonder, why did I survive?
For many vets, standing in the presence of 58,000 souls lost can be a quite painful remembrance. But it can also serve as salve on a wound that has festered for decades.
Because it's something that you've buried deep inside of you, and it kind of burns and eats. And the only way you can kind of put it out is to let it out.
A key to this day is that it's a shared experience among vets. They understand each other. They relate. They bond.
Unless you've been there, it's just hard to, get the feel of what really went on. And unless you're a vet, you can't dig that deep and understand.
By no means is this day limited to those who saw combat. Thousands of vets who serve stateside, far from foreign fighting, are as much a part of the Honor Flight Chicago experience as those who are in harm's way. Like Korean War vet Rich Wisemantle. He was a Navy aircraft technician stationed in California during the Korean War, and he had long felt that he wasn't deserving of an honor flight.
What changed for me was seeing all these other servicemen that were probably in the same position as me. They hadn't gone overseas, but they were serving here in the States, which is important because we have to keep supplies over there or medical help or whatever they needed.
There's a breather from the day's emotion. The mission's final stop is at the Udvar Hazy Center, the Smithsonian's Air and Space branch, with its phenomenal collection of historic aircraft. The once super-secret stealth spy plane, the Blackbird, the space shuttle, Discovery.
Can you imagine they loaded that beast on the back of a 747 and moved it around? First time up close like this, I've seen it on TV, but I never had any idea it was that big.
The Enola Gay, the B-29 that dropped the first atomic bomb on Japan. There is history in abundance here, and for an aviation expert like Mike Young, this stop is icing on the cake. We are now airport bound. The vets receive an Honor Flight Chicago Challenge coin.
Thank you for your service. And welcome home, sir.
Thank you. I have never been treated so well by so many people.
You guys deserve it, and it's our privilege to do it. Thank you much. This is as good as it gets.
After a chance to eat, the veterans of Mission 102 are set to return to Chicago. But there is a hiccup. A maintenance issue takes our aircraft out of service, and we must wait for a new plane. A wait that will last several hours. So, we adjust.
When you were stationed overseas on a ship across the country, no matter where, what were the 2 words you wanted to hear the most? Yes, mail call.
Every vet gets a packet of mail, cards, letters from family and friends, notes of love and admiration. Each name is called. Some are a bit more challenging to pronounce.
Mr. Richard Mikolajek.
It was close enough for government work.
My niece. How did she even know I was going?
Was that?
Yes.
Mike quietly reads a letter from his daughter.
Mom always said you're just like your father.
Wow. Can't do this.
The same is true for all the vets. So much to read, so much to be thankful for. Among the notes are messages and drawings from school children. They don't necessarily know the veterans, nor all that military service calls for, but they're learning. That's a big part of the Honor Flight Chicago mission, educating younger generations about the service and sacrifice of our veterans. We do it through a program called Operation Education.
Wear your service with pride. Share your stories.
Our invitation to veterans is build on this one day. Help others learn from your story. The thanks you receive on this day, albeit late in coming, are nonetheless real and heartfelt.
Welcome home, guys. This is it. Welcome home.
And there is no stronger evidence of that than the welcome home for the vets of Flight 102. We arrive at Midway at 2 a.m., and the concern is that the lateness of the hour will mean most of the crowd will have gone home to bed. No band, no cheering. Not the homecoming these vets would have had and certainly deserve. But wait, there is noise ahead. There is cheering. The crowd is still here. The band is playing. They waited, even the younger faces. They waited for their heroes. No way was Rich's wife Cindy going to leave. The same for Mike's daughter Kathleen, who drove in from Cincinnati and had to turn around and drive home in the wee hours. Rich's daughter Laura. The hugs cannot last long enough. The scene is the same for other vets of Mission 102. The loss of sleep matters not for a moment so priceless. They savor it. It's been a very long day, a very good day. It's time to get some sleep, rest up, because there will be lots to talk about tomorrow.